Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon and today we are back with another Enlisted video, and today we're going to be talking about the new updates. This is via the Enlisted Making a Better Place number 69, and this has just dropped. So without further ado, let's get started. And starting with the first thing is the weapon and gameplay fixes. Now, the M7 and the M8 grenade launchers are finally counted as grenade kills, which is congratulations. It took them long enough. The S18-100 is counted as special weapons kill, aka the anti-tank rifle. The Fedorov MG has the same recoil as the Fedorov automat. The M1941 Johnson LMG has been adjusted the firing aim and the camera of the firing sights, so that's great. The MP28 and the Beretta M3842 firing rate has been increased to 550, which is much needed considering the fact that the Soviet SMGs are better and the American SMGs are much better. The FG42 and the FG42-2 has been raised to 12.7 and has a firing rate of 900 RPM. This is actually a lot of people have been asking for this, so that's great. And a lot of people have been wanting for this via the Reddit and forums, so that is also great. And finally, we've gotten it. Next, we have the Panzerfaust 100 carry 6 rockets instead of 5, so that's an upgrade and a slight buff to the Panzerfaust 100. In my personal opinion, the Panzerfaust series is much better than the, well, other anti-tank rifles as of right now, so that's great. And the Golden Beretta M1934 has been fixed with a bug. The M10 MGC loader cannot fire personal weapon inside the vehicle, and we move on to the class and progression changes. For starters, the Rider motorcycle class has been moved to BR1 and can be unlocked earlier than the mortars. For those who don't know, the motorcycles used to be at BR2, now it's at BR1, and I do think at BR1 it is slightly overpowered, mainly because of the fact that you do have, let's just say, a machine gun on the thing, so that's great. Of course, on the other hand, it is still a glass cannon, so use it properly. And of course, on the other hand, the melee stats for charging is reduced by 50%, so you can do more frequent melee attacks. This actually, along with the fact that running and melee charging is actually much faster than running itself. So usually, for those who don't know, if you run, you are actually slower than when you charge. So what most people do instead of running is to charge at your enemies, even though you're not far away from the battlefield, because this way, you are much faster. Now, on the other hand, now melee charge reduce has been 50%, which is actually makes it much better for melee users, such as me. I like to use melee. On the other hand, squad experience requirements are now based on the position of the weapons/vehicles in the research tree, making progression more constant, meaning that as of right now, there will be no such thing as in some research points cost more than others, which has been a thing that I didn't even notice, so that's great. And we have other changes like items for parachutes and whatnot. For example, the Italians, the Germans, and the Soviets, the Americans, and the British, of course the Japanese, both have their specific weapons for their specific faction. For those who don't know, the Germans and the Italians are in one faction, the Americans and the British are in another faction. The Japanese and the Soviets are in their own separate factions, but we do have paratroopers of different nations via example. We have British paratroopers, we have American paratroopers, we have German and Italian paratroopers, all of which are from their respective factions, i.e. Germany and America. Now, what's going to happen is that the German paratroopers will have their own unique stuff, and the Italians will have their own unique stuff. The British and the Americans will have their own unique stuff, and vice versa. This is actually pretty good, except for the fact that we know for a fact that there will not be an Italian or a British faction. That is almost guaranteed as of right now. I can almost guarantee it to you. And besides that, they also made some BR changes and vehicle price changes via the jet power update, so that's great. And finally, we can have the ability to report people via the report button in-game. Now, this is actually pretty unique, mainly because of the fact that a lot of people have been experiencing hackers, which, let's be honest, there are a lot of hackers in the game right now, so that's great. And what's going to happen is that you have the ability to just report people. Now, please, when I say report people, try to not report them because of what you think. Please make sure that you have pure evidence that they are cheating and then report them, or else this is just going to be a spam button. That said, we do have the other fixes, such as the Tiger 2H Winter Camouflage is now fixing the customization and whatnot, and new maps and whatnot. Needless to say, this is a lot of good stuff via Enlisted, and I do think there's a lot of good things that is coming from Enlisted right now, so that's great. So without further ado, this is all up for the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord. Comment in the comment section down below of what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.